Sampling is a core feature of the MPC Live. In this video, I'm going to go ahead show you how to set up your turntable with your MPC Live. This way you could go ahead, get your samples into your MPC and start sampling. Check it out. What's up everybody, my name is Matthew Stratton with MPCsampling.com, bringing you the best tips and tools for the MPC Live. And on this channel, I do setup videos, tutorials, and overviews about the MPC Live. So if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. So this video is going to be a start of the series I want to do on the MPC Live, just making a beat out of vinyl on the MPC Live so you can go ahead and just follow the process if you so desire. So you need to be able to set up your MPC to sample before you can even start creating, because you need sounds in there. So I'm going to show you how to go ahead and connect your turntable to your MPC. This way you can get your sounds in there and start editing them so you can produce songs. Let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, so the first things first, you need to know what your inputs and outputs are on your MPC Live. So on the back here, you have your master volume right here. Go ahead, just turn everything down. Turn that master volume down. Turn this record volume down. All right, this says RECVOL, that's record volume. Make sure that's turned down. So here's your master outputs here. So you're going to want to use these to connect to your speakers, and then here's your inputs here. You're going to want to use these to, plug your turntable in. Now, depending on how you have your turntable set up, you could use these inputs or these inputs. So this turntable here actually has an amplifier built into it, so I could use either one because there's a switch in the back for phono level or line level. But I'm going to go ahead and just use the phono level. There's a switch here. Okay, to the left, it's on line level. So if you have this switch to the left, you need to use these 1/4 inch inputs. If you have it switched on to the right, you need to use these RCA inputs. And then that goes to show if you have a preamp, you need to have this on line. You need to use these line inputs. If you don't have a preamp for your turntable, put this on phono and use these phono inputs here. Now, there is a ground level. Some turntables need this ground wire. Some turntables have the grounding built in to the RCA cables. So just be aware of what you have. It'll be obvious if you need to use the ground cable. There'll be an extra cord coming out. This particular one doesn't need it. This is the ATL LP60 by Audio-Technica. And I do have a higher grade turntable, but I don't really care what turntable you use. It doesn't matter. Just get some sound inside of here, okay? So let's go ahead and flip this thing around. And the reason why I flip this around, because these RCA cables aren't long enough, to put in like that. But make sure you put the red one into where it says red, that's the right. And then the white one here where it's white, that's the left, okay? So that's the right and left from my stereo turntable. And then, obviously you need to make sure that switch is on phono. All right, I made sure that switch is on phono. What I want to do as well is go ahead and connect these to my speakers. I got the cable right here for them. So I'm going to connect these to the master. All right, so the red one is on the bottom for right. The black one's actually for left. So that's going to be there. And I want to connect my power cable. All right, so now once everything's connected, you could go ahead, power on your MPC Live. Now, once your MPC Live is powered on, go ahead and turn on your speakers. Now, how I have mine connected, I actually have mine connected into a mixer, and then my mixer is going into my speakers. So it depends on how you have everything connected, but generally you want to connect everything, turn on your MPC Live, and then turn on your speakers so you don't get the power surge going through your speakers, and kind of protects your speakers that way. All right, and then you notice I also have everything turned down now in the back. All right, so what you could do at this point, just open up an empty project, and if you go to menu, right here is your sampler. Once you have your sampler open, you could go ahead and test your levels. Now you'll notice right here, the inputs are set to 1 and 2. So there's only 2 inputs that you can use for the MPC Live. So I want to use input 1 and 2, and I want to put this on mono. Now you could select stereo. This is your output. So that's going to determine how the sample is actually recorded, whether it's recorded in mono or stereo. I'm just going to pick mono because it will convert it to a mono signal for you. All right, I'm not going to worry about inserts. I don't need to put any effects on this, but I do want to monitor the input signal. So when I tap monitor, I'm going to be able to hear whatever's coming through the inputs of the MPC through my speakers. All right, so I'm going to use the Funky President break. Okay, this is James Brown Funky President, and I really like using this one to chop up because it's very clean and it's very easy to get the thresholds right. So you could just chop it up, throw it in a drum program, and you're good to go. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead, set the level, start. All right, this is automatic turntable, so it's gonna move everything for me. But what you could do with this one as well is if once this is started, just leave it on start. So then you can manually place the needle wherever you want to. Now you'll see I have everything turned down, so you're not going to hear anything. But once I start turning the record input or the record volume up, you'll see the green lines coming up right here. Now I like to put these between -9 and -3, somewhere thereabouts. I don't want it to go above -3 or above 0, really is what it comes down to. But I know if I'm between -9 and -3, I'm going to be getting a good strong signal. Now you'll notice we can't hear it yet because the volume on the MPC audio isn't turned up. Once I turn that up, you can hear it. Now let me put the speed appropriate. The levels are pretty good, right? So where were the levels? Let's put it right where I'm going to record from. So I'm going to place the needle and you'll hear the drums come in. Now watch this. I want this right where I got it, basically. What I'm going to do, take that off of there. Now we're ready to go ahead and record. If you want more tips on the MPC Live and sampling, head over to MPCsampling.com where I give you some tips on sampling. If you want to check out the rest of the videos in this series, click the card up here. That's going to take you to the next videos in this series. So I'm going to go ahead and sample some things and make a drum beat out of the different records that I have in my room here. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, clicking the bell icon. This way you get notified when the new videos come out. My name is Matthew. Continue creating music, and we'll talk soon.